Hi, welcome back to Waxing On Wednesday. And another fun CD came into my possession here. Remember we did Grammy nominees, I think it was 1999. Grammy nominees for the millennium. Grammy nominees for the year 2000. Now they've only picked a few categories to cover, but again, a real taste of the music at the turn of the century. Which sounds so old, doesn't it, right? Turn of the century. What are we listening to at the turn of the century? Well, let's find out what was nominated here. Kind of like a greatest hits album or a real mix. Again, so many different players included in here, different styles of music. Open up your ears to a lot of different options out there, things to listen to. Okay, let's take a look. We'll go back and we'll start right at the very back and we'll work our way up to Record of the Year. 2000. Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. The nominees included on here were Mark Anthony with the song called I Need to Know from the album Mark Anthony. We got Lou Bega. I only remember one tune from Lou, and that was nominated. He made it here, man. It was Mambo number 5. Little bit of, right? But surprisingly, that's still a popular tune. And I hate to say it, we still play that with the big band, and people get up and dance and have a great time when we use that as a sound check song because it's just an extra. But yeah, it seems to still resonate with people. And that was from the album A Little Bit of Mambo by Lou Bega. Andrea Botticelli doing a song called Sogno from the same album. Ricky Martin, who was hitting it big around this time, right? Livin' La Vida Loca. Another tune from the big band. I don't know, it seems 2000, we must have grabbed a lot of tunes here for popular music because we have that one, although we haven't played it in quite a while. From the album Ricky Martin. And Sting, back in again. Sting was in there for 1999, back in 2000 with the song called Brand New Day from the album Brand New Day. So lots to pick from there in Best Pop Vocal. Excuse me. What about Best New Artist for 2000? Who do you suppose? 23 years ago, who was the best new artist at that time? Well, Christina Aguilera was nominated, doing a song called Genie in a Bottle from the self-titled album, Christina Aguilera. Macy Gray, doing a song called Do Something. The album was on How Life Is. I'll tell you, I saw Macy Gray first on Rosie O'Donnell's talk show. And I'll tell you, no matter what you think about that talk show or Rosie O'Donnell, when she had that on, she introduced some great musical guests. And that was my first chance to hear Macy Gray, and I'll tell you, I went right out and bought the album. Great album. I know I had her second album as well, and then we kind of lost track of her. Although I see she was at our Ottawa Jazz Festival a few years ago. Fortunately, I couldn't make that gig, which would have been great. But this album, to me, really brought out a whole new artist. It was a great sound, a great album. I still listen to it. One of my favorites here is Macy Gray's How Life Is. And the song was Do Something. Hope it won. Kid Rock was in here. Now, Bois et Daba. That was the tune, man. Bois et Daba. It was from the album Devil Without a Care. And again, Kid Rock was making a name for himself at this point. Someone worth checking out. Britney Spears was still popular. I mean, gosh, there she was. And what was the song? Baby One More Time. Yeah, I can remember that. My daughter's taken me to 2 concerts. Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys. Both of them on here. You know, it's funny. We'll get to that in a second about Backstreet Boys. But, I mean, these guys have been around since 2000 or earlier. And, I mean, they were still out making music now. That was from the album Baby One More Time, and Susan Tedeschi doing Hurt So Bad from the album Just Won't Burn. Okay, now we move up to the big money. Record of the Year. Year 2000, Record of the Year. We had TLC nominated for the album, or No Scrubs, from the album Fan Mail. Santana, Rob Thomas doing Smooth. You remember we talked about Santana just the other day with the Woodstock series. I didn't know at the time. I mean, Santana, Woodstock, August 1969. He was 22 when he did that gig. Can you imagine 22 years old? Who would have thought? Just a young kid up there playing it. I mean, if you watch the Woodstock video or you've listened to the music, man, what a mature player for that age, what he was doing at that time. Anyways, in 2000, you know, we're talking whole another century here, nominated for Smooth. Ricky Martin back in for Livin' La Vida Loca. We've got Cher with the song Believe. Now, that one does not appear on the CD. Maybe licensing issues, but it was nominated, although it's not included on this CD. And the other song, again, my daughter's favorite, the Backstreet Boys with I Want It That Way. Now, I admit I'm not a big Backstreet Boys fan. I took her because she wanted to see them, and she's been a big fan for years. I got this song in my head, and I had humming it for like 2 weeks straight. I couldn't shake it. It was almost embarrassing. I'd be out humming Backstreet Boys when I'm out on the street, and I'm thinking, wow, man, what am I doing? Good tune. They put on a great show. Certainly great for the fans. A lot of people still turning out 24 years, 23 years later. But nominated again. They were also nominated on the 1999 CD. If you can get these, it's great. I don't know if they're on the streaming networks or not. Again, these albums have been picked up at thrift shops, and that's where people are getting rid of a lot of their hard copies anymore, and you can pick up some great things. These are a lot of fun just to go back in memory lane and see what was popular then. And this one especially because, I mean, turn of the century, year 2000, that was pretty significant. Kind of a milestone, and just to see what we were listening to or what was popular at that time. Okay, that's it for today. Classic Rock. We'll see you on Friday. Till then, everybody take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.